Hi, this video is about the 7th lab program in the subject Principles of Programming using C. Okay, the program statement says compute sin x or cos x using Taylor series approximation. Compare your result with the built-in library function. Print both the results with appropriate inferences. Okay, so you are supposed to calculate sin x and cos x. Okay, how do you calculate? Using Taylor series approximation. Okay, and the next part is compare your result with the built-in function. What happens is you have to use functions for this program. Okay, so when you write the function, you are supposed to write the function for calculating the sin x. Also, you are supposed to write the function for calculating cos x. After you do that, after you do that, you have built-in functions in C. Built-in functions means the code is there in the header file, so you can use those reserved keywords. For example, if I want to find the square root of a number, understand square root of a number. So one way is I can write a function for finding the square root. If I don't want to do that, then in C, okay, then in C we have one inbuilt function called as sqrt. This can also be used directly in order to find the square root of the number. So functions are of two types. One is your already existing functions that are available in the C library, that is called as built-in functions, and the functions that you write it yourself, those are called as user-defined functions. So you write a function for sin x, calculate the result. Then you use the library function in order to calculate the sin x. Now you compare the result of your inbuilt function and the library function. If your code is correct, then your answer of the inbuilt function should match with the user defined function. That is the thing. Okay. So you will have to write a code, then check your answer from the code with the inbuilt function. If both are same, then your program is correct. Okay, and you have to print both the results with appropriate inferences. That means proper output messages so that the user can understand what is going on in the code. Okay, now you see here, first thing is I have to calculate the sin x. See, sin x, okay, Taylor series approximation for sin x is x divided by 1 factorial minus x to the power of 3 by 3 factorial plus x to the power of 5 by 5 factorial till it reaches the value 0. See, after every term, okay, the previous term is smaller than, okay, then the next term. So for example, x to the power of 3 divided by 3 factorial will be having a larger value than x to the power of 5 by 5 factorial. So as you go towards the right, okay, the factors, the answer from that term is reaching towards 0. Similarly for cos x also. Cos x is 1 minus x to the power of 2 by 2 factorial, then x to the power of 4 by 4 factorial till it reaches 0. The important thing to notice here is every alternate term will have the opposite sign. See, first term is having a plus x by 1 factorial, whereas in the next term it is having minus, so minus x to the power of 3, then plus x to the power of 5. So can you tell me what will be the next term? Next term will be minus x to the power of 7. Similarly, here also minus then plus, minus then plus. And see the factor increase. So here 1 is becoming 3, from 3 to 5, 5 to 7 and so on. Whereas here 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. So here sin x is increasing in the odd power and cos x is increasing by even power. Okay. Now let us start the code. The code is here. Okay. So two header files are included. The first header file is for the input output functions The second header file is for the inbuilt function sine and cos. Then you are going to ask the user for choice. So the user can choose between finding the Taylor series approximation for sin x or for finding the approximation for cos x. And some terms are also there: term, numerator, denominator, sum, degree, x and I. Then you ask the user for the input statement. Okay, I'm not input statement, for the choice, okay, that he has to make. So Taylor series approximation, select 1 for sine, select 2 for cos. So based on that, the appropriate action will be taken. So if the user presses 1, then sin x will be calculated, otherwise cos. So you ask the user for the choice. Now you see here, I have given a switch statement. So in the switch statement, there are two cases. One is if the user presses sin x, then it is case of 1, otherwise it is case of 2. Okay. Now see, you are going to find sine of x. That means x is some degree, like sine of 45, sine of 30 and so on. So you ask the user for the degree. So enter the value of degree, percentage of and of degree. Now when you give the value, you have to calculate it to the radian form. This is in the degree form, you have to calculate the value into the radian form. How do you calculate? It is degree times pi divided by 180. That will give you the radian form of your given degree. So once you have that, now you have to calculate the sin x. Okay. So sin x is, it is x divided by 1 factorial minus x to the power of 3 by 3 factorial plus x to the power of 5 by 5 factorial, like this. So what we do is, first term we separate and we calculate it differently. See, numerator is x. So what I have done is, I have written numerator as x. And denominator is 1 factorial, so I have written denominator as 1. So numerator is x, denominator is 1. So together x divided by 1, that is your numerator divided by denominator, becomes, and this has to repeat, right? This has to repeat for so many different terms. So I am using that loop. Till where the loop will continue. See, first it will calculate for this, then it will calculate for this, it will calculate for this, till the value becomes 0. So I have written, see, till the term is having the value that is greater than 0, it will go on calculating. Now you see this step. Term is equal to numerator by denominator. I have calculated numerator, then denominator, and I am combining it using the term, numerator by denominator. Next, I am calculating the numerator and denominator for other terms. See, next term is x cube divided by 3 factorial. So, x divided x to the power of 3 is x into x into x. And this one is 3 into 2 into 1. See here, this particular term 3 factorial is x into x into x. What is this first x? First x can be considered as your previous numerator. See, this can be numerator. Instead of writing x, I have written numerator times x times x. So next time when it is x to the power of 5, x cube would have been from the previous numerator. Correct? Again you will multiply with the 2x's. So I have written like this. And here it is 5 factorial. So it is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. So here you see, first let me do for this one. Okay. So first time it is 1 factorial. Then it becomes 3 factorial. So 3 factorial means, okay, 1 has to become 3. 1 has to become 3. So if 1 has to become 3, how much has the value should increase? 1 to become 3, you have to increase it by 2. So here you see, you increase the value by 2. So 3 factorial is whatever value you have, 2 times 3 times, of course, it will be 1 also. So here it is 2 times 3, that will be 6. And once you have found one term and the next term, you have to calculate and put it into sum, right? So sum is equal to sum plus the the previous sum plus the current term, and you increase the counter by 2 because 3 becomes 5, 5 becomes 7, like that. Till where will you do? You will do it till the value reaches 0. Now write the appropriate output message. So see here, the output message goes like this. Output message goes like this. So according the Taylor series approximation for sin x is sin percentage f, that is based on the value that you give, and according to the library function. So two printf statements. So user defined your value and the library function value, that is your inbuilt function, both should match. That is all about sin x. Next is about cos x. Okay, cos x values are, the cos x approximation goes like this. See, okay, cos x approximation is like this. Cos of x is 1 minus x to the power of 2 by 2 factorial plus x to the power of 4 by 4 factorial, then minus, and so on till the value reaches 0. Notice the first term is having numerator also 1, denominator is also 1. Okay, so here you see, ask the user for the degree, then calculate the degree to radian, then first term numerator also 1, denominator also 1. Then come to the loop, term is what? Term is your numerator divided by denominator. And the next term, when you calculate the next numerator, it is the previous numerator times x, because 2 times x are getting added. But because the signs are alternating, here you will have minus. It is minus numerator. Okay. And here also it will be the same thing. If I have to find 2 factorial, first one was 1. Now with the help of that means it is 2. Then it is 2 times 1. So this has to be initialized, that we have done it over here. Okay, and every time the value is increasing by 2. It will go on till the value reaches 0. Then you display the values. Okay, like this. Okay, if the user inputs any other number, it should say that the invalid choice is entered. Sorry, 1 minute. Then you will execute the program. So I've given the value as enter the choice is 1. The degree is 30. So it is saying Taylor series approximation of sin 30 is 0.4. This is using your function, that is your user defined function, and this is according to your library function. See, it is based on your inbuilt function. So inbuilt function value and user defined function value both are matching. This is how you will do the Taylor series approximation. Okay, so initially what you do is understand what is sin x, how the Taylor series approximation happens for sin x and then for cos x. For sin x, understand the initial term, calculate it separately, numerator and denominator. Then go on doing the other terms. Okay, you divide the numerator by denominator, you would get a term. Then you add that term into the sum. Okay. Similarly, for cos x, first term is 1. So it will be numerator also 1, denominator also 1. Then you go on finding the other values. Okay. I hope this program helps. Execute the code, then only you will be able to understand the code better. Okay. All the best.